that we require different crossover operations, or the normal crossover operations, they cannot be applied for the same reasons. And the normal mutation operator of simply changing a bit or a single element does not go well with the traveling salesman problem also. So based on that, there are different types which have been suggested. They have been quite simple. First is your random, or you can say NSWAP mutation operator. The next one is your invert or the inversion mutation operator. Next is your insertion and the last one is the scramble. Apart from that, another popular technique which is there is your hill climbing method also. So it is an optimization kind of technique. So we are not referring to that. These are quite simple here. So we are just going to cover these. Okay. Whatever we have covered in the traveling salesman problem, that is not from any book. None of the books you are following will give you anything from that. So lectures are there to depend, because I have also collected this material from different problems, from different papers, research papers, because these were the methods which have been developed over the time. So theoretically, traveling salesman problem is not covered because it is a problem. So different people have made suggestions to how they have solved it and compared the results. Okay. So theoretically, you cannot expect this to be covered as a chapter. So we don't find that material much. So lecture material is there to depend. If you require any additional input, you can just ask me, because books में ये नहीं मिलेगा definitely. So coming to the first operator, so I will consider my uh, parent, which we have been considering yesterday. Since it is a mutation operator, we require a single individual only. So let it be, sorry. So let's say this is what I'm having, parent or offspring, whatever, this is the individual or the chromosome to which we want to apply my mutation operator. So this is referring to a problem of traveling salesman problem with a city tour of 10 cities. So let's say, so depending upon first thing, rest of the rules they remain same. There has to be a mutation probability, and mutation probability I told you, based on this mutation probability, I will calculate how many number of elements they have to be changed. So how many they are actually mutation probability into, I am repeating this again and again, into total number of genes if the population size is small. Total number of genes, और total number of genes कैसे निकालते हैं? So how do we calculate the total number of genes? That is nothing but the number of elements in one chromosome into the size of the population. Okay, this is general method. But if your population size is large enough, then it would be too many bits to be mutated. In that case, it is simply the mutation probability into the size of the population. So these are the two ways by which we calculate or compute that how many genes they have to be mutated in your population. And how do we select the individual for that? That is purely random. So once you have selected the individual, And let's say I want to mutate one bit, okay, or one, not bit is not applicable, one element or one gene here, okay. So in the random method, what do I do is I simply take up any element, any two elements. Let's say I take these two and I swap their positions. So ये कब एग्जाम्पल है, जब मेरे नंबर ऑफ mutated bits or the mutated elements, they are required to be 1. So if one element has to be mutated, I simply select two positions or two elements randomly and interchange them. So the result what I'm going to have after this is, sorry, eight. So instead of 2, I'm going to have 8. 1, 6, 9, and this will be 2. And rest of the positions, they remain same. So I'm simply going to swap the two positions. So it is quite simple to be implemented, and it is one of the techniques which is closest to the original, you can say, the concept of mutation, wherein you need not restructure your population but only need to introduce the diversity without bringing out a very major change in the structure of your that population. Okay, so that's ways it is simplest and the closest to the concept which was there. Next method what we talk about is inversion. So I'll consider the same chromosome or the individual here for the inversion. Now inversion, it allows you to have a greater control on the greater change or the diversity which can be introduced in your population as compared to this random method. So in this, what do I do is I actually select a part or a sub part of my, so let's say I'm going to select this string. So मैंने ये string select किया है. So rest of the positions, they are going to be same. So 4, 3. Now I'm talking about, please refer to, this is my original. So I'm going to refer to this only. So rest of the positions, they are same, but I have selected a substring, that is 10, 7, 5. Now I am going to invert. When I say invert, I am going to change the order in which they are specified or they are holding their position in the chromosome. So 5 will come first, then it will be 7, then it will be 10. Okay, so I have simply changed or inverted the order of my chromosome. Okay, so this is your second method. Coming to the third, that is insertion. Now insertion के अंदर क्या होता है कि I'll rewrite this again, the parent, और मैंने एक ही example pick किया so that you can compare it. Otherwise I could have taken any example. So I'm taking this original one. So this is the original chromosome what I'm having. So after how to apply insertion, I again pick my random elements. So let's say I have picked these two, 3 and 7 I have picked. So once I have picked them, what I can do is I will write 4 as such, and I will maintain the rest of the name. They are not to be, just a minute. So I will write 3 here. जो first हमने choose किया element, position wise, that element is retained, and after that I am going to insert the next chosen element and push rest of the elements in my chromosome back or one position back in the same order. Okay, so what I have done is I have inserted them together at a position which was identified by the first element only. Okay, so that is also pretty simple. Next we come to scramble. Scramble के अंदर क्या होता है? Again I am going to rewrite my original chromosome. Okay. So again I select a part of my, again I select a part of my chromosome, a substring or a subpart I am going to select, and rest of the positions I am going to write as such. So rest of the positions they remain same. Okay, but in between this substring which I have selected, I scramble the positions or I randomly interchange the positions. So I could have written 6, 2, 9, 1. This is one way I have done it. Or it could have been 1926 or 1629, anything, any combination. So it is random or it is scrambled within this substring without altering the other positions in my individuals. Okay, so these are the 4 methods which are very simple and they are applied to the traveling salesman problem. Okay, definitely जब हम inversion और scramble use करते हैं तो I have a greater extent to which I am going to change my bit positions. Okay, so we have to take care that how many, again I'm saying it, bit, it is not bit position, it is number of element positions or number of genes I should say in my chromosome which can be changed. Okay, I hope it is clear with all of you. So once we have done this mutation, now we have applied all the operators, we have done the selection, then we have performed the crossover using 3 methods, and then we have mutated also. So once I have all these newly generated solutions or the new possible solutions after crossover and mutation, I am ready to be replacing my population individuals with the new generations or the new solutions which I have generated using these methods. So to do that, how to replace? Okay, so normally as I told you, replacement की भी different strategies होती हैं, but the commonly used ones, especially in case of this traveling salesman, is because आपके पास कितने, अगर n cities है तो n factorial आपके पास possibilities रहती हैं. Okay, so you can, so once you have done this, the fitness of the newly generated offsprings, if it is better than the worst parent or the worst individual, okay, so there are 2 criteria. The first is if it is better than the fitness, and for this we generally replace only, go for a single offspring replacement at a time. मतलब एक iteration में एक ही individual replace होता है. Fitness of your offspring, it is greater than the fitness of the worst individual in the population, or in the neighborhood of the parent if the population size is too large. Either ways. Implementation इसकी अपनी अपनी उस पर डिपेंड करती है, आप अपने एल्गोरिथम से हाउ यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग द बेटर रिजल्ट्स और कैसी आपकी फिटनेस ओवरऑल है. एंड द नेक्स्ट इज, if you have already selected the best parents for your crossover, so if the fitness of the offspring it is better than the parents, it is better than the parents, then you are going to replace the parents. Okay, this is known as your elitist strategy. Okay, so we are replacing only one individual of the population at a time. Rest of the population it is going to be passing on to the next generation as such. So the elite count in this case is going to be 90% or 0.9. हमने अगर वो, if you remember that GA tool we had been using or the Optim tool we had been using, if somebody have already from you already had been the part of the lab, so in that case we were choosing a elite count. So elite count is basically those individuals or those members of your population which are passed on to the next generation directly without being changed. So I am replacing only one individual out of the 10, assuming that my population size is 10. So it means 90% or the 0.9 is my elite count. So only one individual is replaced in each iteration, and then we check for this dropping criterion. So after that, the next step is we check for the stopping criterion. What is the stopping criterion generally used? It is either number of runs which are there, or it is हमें चेयर ले आके दो. So it is either number of runs which is going to be there, or if we want that we have got the fitness value we wanted to achieve. Whatever criteria we have done, let's say we want that, okay, this distance is good enough, which is manageable or which can be covered. So either of that, if it is met, it is okay, we can stop. Otherwise, we will go over the same process of selection, then crossover, then mutation. So this is the entire traveling salesman problem the way it is implemented. So I hope we are clear on it. So it remains same like the other, like the simple GA problem which is being algorithm being applied to other problems, but with the only difference that in this case we cannot apply the same crossover and the mutation operator. We have to opt for the specialized form of the operators because of the certain restrictions that each element can be occupying only one position in your chromosome. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this our course. So from my side it is complete.